Afternoon all. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to basically show you my collection of manga and anime so far. These are just basically some normal films, but I've got a little bit of anime in here. I wanted to build up my collection again because I don't really want to rely on watching or reading things online. I kind of like hard copy versions of anything that I have. I prefer to have something more tangible, and it's just something to keep forever, and show my kids and my grandkids when I'm old. You can't really keep things that are digital. Well, you can, but you just don't really have that same effect. We need something to show the future generations, I think. So let's get started anyway. There's normal films. Dragon Ball Z. There's a few movies here. I think this is movies 1 to 13. I just picked this up in a charity shop. It doesn't actually have movies 1 to 13. There's movies 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, there's probably more to it, obviously. But I think I picked it up for like £1 or something, so you can't really go wrong. Get back in there. I know this is an anime, but it's the inspiration for Lone Wolf and Cub. Or I'm not sure what came first actually. I think Lone Wolf and Cub actually came first, and then they did this film. But basically, it's Shogun Assassin, which is basically Lone Wolf and Cub, the Japanese original film. I watched this the other week, and it is, for its time, it is really, really, really graphic. I highly recommend this. It's really good. The original Appleseed anime, really, really good. As well as the manga, love that. All three Dragon Ball Z Broly films, the Legendary Super Saiyan, Bio Broly, and Broly the Second Coming. Bio Broly, which is actually the last one, they're in wrong order. Bio Broly was absolutely terrible. I would just recommend the first and second one. Don't bother watching the third one. The third one's shit. And now down to my manga. The first manga I ever read, Dragon Ball Z. Absolutely love this manga. The first ever manga volume I picked up was volume 8, right in the middle of the Ginyu saga. And yeah, it just still Dragon Ball. I mean, there's mangas that are like a lot more than Dragon Ball Z, but for the sentimental value and for the significance that Dragon Ball Z had in my life when I was younger. I mean, I started watching Dragon Ball Z when I was about 10 or 11, and then started reading the manga when I was about 12, and it was basically my gateway anime into what manga and anime was. It introduced me to this Japanese art form, that was completely new and unheard of over here, in my generation anyway. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z really, really revolutionized manga and anime and brought it to the masses, across the world. So for that, Akira Toriyama will eternally have my respect. That's just a few novels. That's not manga. Gantz volumes 1 to 6. I liked Gantz. Really liked the first and second graphic novels, and I really liked the anime as well. But it just seems to kind of drag, and I'm kind of in a quandary as to whether or not to keep collecting it. So yeah, if any of you want to recommend it to me, or I don't know, just tell me what's really good about the series, then by all means drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Down here, just got some miscellaneous books, but I do have, which I absolutely love this. My The Art of Osamu Tezuka, the God of Manga. It's just basically an anthology of basically all of his work, and it's kind of like a biography piece of his life. It's got so much information in it. Yeah, I highly recommend picking this up, because in the back as well, it's got a little DVD that comes with it with a little documentary on it as well. And yeah, for any manga collector out there, it's so informative, and it's a nice hardcover. So yeah, pick that up. Definitely pick that up. I actually got it for really cheap. I got it for about £10. So you'd probably be able to find it cheaper in bookstores. Next we have Naruto, Volume 1, all the way into Shippuden, and through to Volume 60, which is the latest released over here. I really like Naruto. I prefer the first half than Shippuden. I only like Shippuden up to the end of the Pain arc when, well, I won't give away any spoilers for anybody who hasn't read it or seen it. Probably most of you have, but in the Ninja War arc, it kind of gets a little bit stale for me. So yeah, I'll still collecting it nonetheless. Next, we have Osamu Tezuka's Apollo song, Volume 2. Picked this up the other day because it's, as you can see, it's got a little bit of a crease on the back cover. So it was at a knocked off discount. I think it was about £3 in the bargain box. So I'd intended to pick this up, and it was on my wish list for things that I need to buy. So I will end up picking up Volume 1 because I'm wanting to get more of Tezuka's work. Next, we have Carmen. Really, really like this, to be honest. I picked it up because it was something different. It's from Gen Publishing by Mihara Gunya. I think Gen is a publisher that basically whenever it gets published in Japan, it pretty much gets published over here as well. It's like an indie manga publishing thing. The artwork's really nice, very not simplistic, but it's very very stoic and almost sterile. It's got a really sterile feel to it. There's no like edgy sort of compositions to any of the panels or anything. It's just it feels really, I don't know, it's hard to explain really. You just have to read it, but it's really good. Hopefully more of this will be released. I'm not sure because it's not what I thought it was when I picked it up. I thought it was just I thought it was a self-contained volume. I thought basically you'd be getting out the whole series in this one volume, but right in the back it says to be continued. So yeah, hopefully there's more of that. Next we've got Berserk Volume 11. I've still got in this shrink wrap because I'm wanting to collect more of that series, but unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's out of print, but some of the volumes are ridiculously expensive. So, if I can't collect any more of them, then I'm probably going to end up selling this volume. I don't really want to, but yeah. Attack on Titan, Volume 1. I read the first few chapters of this and really didn't like it. And then I watched the first episode of the anime, loved it, started reading this again, and yeah, I really, really like it now. I'll definitely be getting more of this series. I'll end up doing a review on it sometime, but yeah, there's a little taste of the artwork. It's kind of different, but at the same time it feels familiar. But yeah, it's really, really, really good. I was surprised at how good it was, actually. Drifters, Volume 1. I haven't read this yet, so I really don't know what to expect. I've had this for a while on my shelf, but still haven't read it. But yeah, it looks really nice, actually. Yeah. Now, let's see. Great Teacher Onizuka, Volume 25, which is the last volume, I believe. Tokyo Pop. I got this used the other day at a manga trade fair in the city centre, and I'd had all intentions of collecting this series anyway, and this is one of the hard to find volumes. It's about £15-20 online, and it was for sale for like £2 at this trade fair that I went to. So yeah, I picked this up, and I'm definitely going to be getting more of it because I've heard how good GTO is. So yeah, that's that. Next, Batum by Junya Inoue. I just picked this up today at the library, so I don't actually own it. But basically, I picked it up because I'm wanting to read it, and if it's any good, I will actually buy the volume myself. I heard it's quite similar to Battle Royale. I've read the manga and watched the film. I really like that. So yeah, hopefully that's good. Next we have Bleach by Tite Kubo. 1-38. I like Bleach up until the end of the Soul Society arc. The Aranka arc and everything thereafter just basically kind of died for me. It was basically, story was monotonous. I think it's kind of outlived its purpose. It's completely redundant to me, and I'm kind of hoping to get rid of these at some point. Maybe trade them away, or maybe try and sell them or something. It's ridiculous as well. I mean, I've invested so much money into it. It's 38 volumes. I mean, that's like the majority of the series so far. But because I know what we're reading any more of it, or collecting any more volumes. You know, I don't really have any need for this on my shelf. I want to make room for things that I prefer. You know, so I mean, I'm not criticizing Tite Kubo as a manga artist. You know, for everything. I mean, I think his artwork is stunning. Pick a good volume. His artwork's really good in everything. Here we go. I like this cover, the one with Kenpachi Zaraki on it. As you can see, his artwork is absolutely beautiful. I think out of all the manga I own, I would definitely put his artwork alone in my top 5, definitely. But personally, this is just my opinion. I'm just throwing it out there, but I personally don't think he can write for shit. I really don't like his method of storytelling. I think Tite Kubo would really blossom if he kind of teamed up with like a writer, you know, somebody. One person I would love to see him team up with would be Tsugomi Yobo, who did Death Note, because he's a really good writer. If you had this caliber of artwork with something suspenseful and, you know, kind of thrillerish, it'd be absolutely stunning. Because his artwork is genuinely just, it's top form. I mean, it's just amazing. But again, I just don't like the story, and if it's great in artwork but lacks in story, then it's more or less unreadable to me. So yeah, that's it for Bleach. And then got a standalone copy of Neon Genesis Evangelion. These are the individual volumes that were released by Gainax years ago. So I'm going to be getting rid of this one because I'm collecting the omnibus editions, so I don't really have any use for this. And it's not really worth that much, so that's that. And that's it for this shelf. On my next shelf we have One Piece, volumes 1 all the way through to past the War 7, Thriller Bark, Sabaudi, Impel Down, Paramount War, all the way to New World, and the latest release, volume 66. One Piece is, I definitely rate it as my favourite shonen series of all time. Over here, like in Western culture, and like, you know, in the anime and manga community that I see, you know, there's always like, you know, debate around, you know, the big three, you know, being One Piece, Naruto and Bleach. But from what I hear in Japan, there is no big three. It's literally just One Piece, and, you know, everything else pales in comparison. It's just literally this at the top. You know, from things that I see on, you know, online, you know, I see, you know, places in Japan that have like, you know, One Piece museums and things like that, and it just goes to show how massive One Piece is over there. And, you know, no surprise really. I was pretty much gripped from the very start, Romance Dawn. There's only one thing that really can put you off, and that's the really goofy art style, you know. And there's a lot of things that, you know, can put you off about One Piece. Namely the main character Luffy. You know, he can stretch like rubber. Wait, hold on, you can actually see. You can see him in action there, stretching like rubber. And that's kind of like an off-put to some people. It's kind of seen as like a goofy kind of power to have, you know, where to compare it to other sort of protagonists in the other shonen series that popular, you know, Bleach. Ichigo has, you know, is a Soul Reaper and can use his Soul Reaper abilities. Naruto has got the Nine-Tailed Demon Fox, you know, they're considered really cool powers, but then you've got Luffy who can stretch like rubber. But the way he makes it work, the way he develops his powers and develops as a person. You know, he doesn't literally just stretch like rubber. He uses, you know, things like haki and, you know, his gear second like boost power up to kind of you know, power up his rubber abilities. And he's my favourite protagonist out of all shonen series battle manga out of all time. I'll end up doing a series review on this anyway, so I'm going to move on. Next we have Bakuman, volume 1 to 18. That's what's currently being released in the UK so far, by Tsugomi Yobu and Takeshi Obata, guys who did Death Note. Once I've completed this series, because it's only 2 more volumes, I'll end up doing a whole series review on it, probably. So yeah, next shelf down we have Attack on Kincrete by Taiyo Matsumoto. I haven't read this yet because it just literally arrived the other day in the mail. But yeah, I can't wait to start reading this. Can't really get off, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Yeah, I'll basically I'm gonna do reviews on anything that I've completed or like read whole series of other, like, you know, maybe give first impression thoughts videos. So yeah, next, Karumori's A Bright Story, Volume 1 and 2. Volume 5 is due for release in September, so it's quite a long wait. So I've only got 2 more volumes of this to read before I have to wait a long time. So I'm probably gonna, I'm not gonna collect them too quickly. But yeah, I'm gonna do a review on this. Osamu Tezuka's The Book of Human Insects. If you haven't seen my review on it already, go and check that out. It's in my manga reviews playlist. I absolutely loved this. But yeah, that's pretty much. You just go check the review if you want. Next, we have Naoki Urasawa's 20th Century Boys. That's complete, and then all the way up to 21st Century Boys, Volume 1. Really like this series, and it's very typical of Urasawa's style, both in story and in artwork. As you can tell, just on the front covers there, you know, he's got that trademark sort of style, you know, almost realistic, but, you know, very comic styley sort of thing. But yeah, very good series. I will do a series review on this also, because there's only one more volume actually that I need to get. So yeah, once I finish that, I'll do a review on it. Next, also by Urasawa, Pluto. I haven't read this yet, but my friend has just completed this and finished reading it, and said that it's absolutely fantastic. He prefers this over 20th Century Boys, so yeah, very looking forward to reading this. Get back in there. Oh, I'm just going to leave it there. Next, we have Appleseed, Volume 1 and 2 by Shiro Masamune. 2 more volumes of that to read, so I'll do a review on that. Death Note, Black Edition. It's more cost effective for me to buy in these editions because they're, I think the 3-in-1, not 2-in-1, yeah, I think the 3-in-1, so each volume is like, yeah, look there, $9.99, so you're pretty much getting a volume free, and there's only 6 of them, so, you know, I bought these fairly quickly. I read them all within, like, the space of about 3 weeks, you know, so, yeah, it's more cost effective to buy the black editions, I personally think, so yeah, definitely read that. Next on the shelf down, we have Vagabond by Takiko Inoue, the Viz Big editions. Inoue's artwork is in my top 5 greatest art styles in manga of all time. I absolutely love his artwork. Sometimes I can just like spend like 2 or 3 minutes on one page, you know, completely neglecting the story and just basically appreciating the artwork. It comes with beautiful colour pages in the start. Yeah, and basically he uses watercolours and ink brushes and stuff, and it's such brilliant arts craftsmanship. I will do a review on this definitely once I'm a little bit further into it, because I'm only 4 volumes in, as you can see, and because the 3-in-1, that's like what, 12 volumes out of, I think it's about 33 or something that have been released so far, because it's an ongoing series. So yeah, that's that.